hi, it's Drive Central. Here's where you're going to find out what's happening on Drive this week. Don't forget, /drive.tv is our social media hub on Tumblr. That's where you're going to find out where all our other things are. @Drive on Twitter, facebook.com/DriveTV. Man, I scared myself. I'm yelling so much. I'm just going to sit back and talk about how Tuned is off again this week. However, we've got an excellent driven. If you ever wondered where Aston Martins came from, Aston Martin race cars, Prodrive, that's where. And we went there. Actually, JF and his crew went there, and here's where you're going to find out what they did. Let's check it out.
Hidden down some street next to some motorway in England is a place called Prodrive. Further down that random street is a building with a room, but not like any other room. In fact, if I tried to explain it with no visuals, you wouldn't believe me. At one side, you have something called the P2 concept. It's Prodrive's attempt at building a production car. On the other side of the room, you'll find the 550 GTS, a Ferrari built for Le Mans with no support from the boys in Italy. And then there's this, Colin McRae's 1996 Subaru Impreza. The year he missed out on the Drivers' Championship but won it for the brand. Next to what some would consider the most recognizable Subaru of all time is the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 from a few years back. And then there's this, the most modern thing in the room, the Vantage GT3. That's because Prodrive is home to Aston Martin Racing, and we're here 3 weeks before Le Mans. Probably the best time of the year to film a major race shop. Everyone is doing something. As the factory effort for Aston Martin, cars need to be prepped. Not only GT3, GTE spec Vantages, but also closer to street legal GT4s.
That's driven every Tuesday this season on Drive, and you could be angry at Chris Harris for pulling that little surprise last week with the Porsche. Or you could just say, hey, it's awesome, Jaguar this week, F-Type. Let's check out another clip. That's Chris Harris on Cars every Wednesday, and this week a second driven. We went to China to find out what the billionaires there are driving and where the very secret government tuning complex is. Yes, we found out. Let's take a look at a clip. We've come here for two reasons. To drive the new Bentley Flying Spur in one of its most important national markets, and also to find out a little about the car culture of China's capital, from its ravenous hunger for multi-million-dollar supercars to a strange and wonderful government-funded complex with nothing but tuning shops in it. Trouble is, we have barely 2 days to do that, and the trip hasn't quite been free of the people's hiccups. And on Thursday, we'll have another question for you guys to answer and us to yammer on about on camera. That's After Drive every Thursday, and Shakedown on Friday for the best motorsports news analysis and attitude you'll find anywhere on the internet at any price. That's Leo Parente's Shakedown on Friday, and that's it for Drive Central. Yeah, that's really it. See you guys next week. See ya.